Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital early spoilers July 21st to 25th. Sasha's shocking exit, Portia's fury, Joss's deception. Michael's pondering if he should also leave Port Charles with Sasha and take Wiley Quartermain Corinthos, Viren Weaver, and Amelia Grace Corinthos, Sequoia and Serenity Mork Mako, to keep them safe from whoever's messing with Sasha and Daisy because they think it's mob-related. Of course, it's Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen. And Michael is talking to someone at the Quartermain mansion and wants to know what's to stop me from leaving with Sasha and Daisy and just take my kids. He could be talking to Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, or Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott. Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watt-Rose, tells Sasha that she's the reason that sweet little baby Daisy is in danger. And because people now know Michael as her baby daddy, that's the danger they think. And that's because Nina told Rick Lansing about the one-night stand and he used it in court. So, we'll see if Sasha mad at her fake mom that she conned before or not. I mean really, Nina has shown her so much grace. You would think that Sasha should, but she might not. Joss and Trina's confessions, Drew's revenge plot, and Tracy's request. Jocelyn and Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, open up as they talk, and I think she's going to tell Jocelyn she dumped Kai, Jens Austin Astrup, and why. And Jocelyn may say that she's dating Vaughn because she can't tell her roommate the truth. Right. And Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, gets his ducks all in a row and tells Willow they're going to give Michael a taste of his own medicine. It sounds like they're going to make sure he loses the kids. Tracy tells Jason she has a request. Is this about Rocco Falseroni, Finn Francis Carr? Is this about the drama with Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, and Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning? Or is this about Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and his danger? Because Tracy is beating that drum right now. Jason has a very difficult discussion, and it could be with Tracy or it could be with Michael about him leaving town or Sonny and what's going on with Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda. There's a lot of drama right now. Curtis dodging, Portia's rage, and the Jacinda fiasco. Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, dodges Stella Henry's, Vernee Watson, questions. His aunt tells Curtis she's got some beef with him and it's probably about Portia. And speaking of Curtis' wife, Portia is smashing either a laptop or a tablet. It looks like a device and she is screaming in absolute rage. I don't know if she just read the hit piece that Curtis had to publish because of Drew's blackmail or, maybe it's about Kai ratting out her and Curtis. So Jacinda, Paige Herschel, was there one chance to stop Drew and now that chance is gone. General Hospital spoilers, consequences and clashes on July 17th. Thursday, July 17th. Nina pays a price for her actions. So Sasha may leave town mad and Nina may think that she's never going to see her again. Or Nina may have to tell Drew about Tracy's threats. Either way, nothing good is coming her way. Lulu Spencer clashes with Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna. She absolutely despises BLQ. I thought it was very interesting that Lulu was pulling the complete victim card with her mom and leaving out I felt a whole bunch of pertinent information that just made BLQ look like the villain and Lulu look like her hands were totally clean when we all know it's not that way. No matter what team you're on, there's enough blame to go around. And Dante has kind of softened up on BLQ after talking to her and that's probably going to tick off Lulu. Jocelyn takes action and this is probably going to be about her and Vaughn's, Bryce Durfee, new WSB plan to convince everybody they really are dating. So maybe she kisses him or lets somebody think they're sleeping together to sell the cover. Sonny is asked to sacrifice something. If he thinks Michael is going to leave because of Sidwell, maybe he lets Marco Rios, Adrian Anchando, go and Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, hits pay dirt. So Vaughn's clean background check was squeaky clean and of course that just made Anna more suspicious. And I wonder if she will see Vaughn with Brennan, Chris McKenna, or see Vaughn walking out of the WSB office or something and have her suspicions confirmed. General Hospital spoilers, surprises, questions, and standoffs on July 18th. Friday, July 18th. Dante is surprised by something he sees and Anna questions Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright. And I'm guessing it's about Jocelyn and Vaughn since he's so much older. Maybe she thinks Jocelyn is his mark. I don't think it would dawn on Anna that Jocelyn is a WSB agent. I don't think she's going to think that deeply. Jason is stunned. He's over at the airport supposed to be getting Sasha and Daisy settled out of town. But then he sees a Brit Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, look-alike at the airport. So, I'm wondering if Jason's going to follow her and tell Sasha, "Look, I'll meet you later. You know, go ahead, get on the flight." Plus, Portia is standing firm about something. She may stand up to Drew or insist that she will never give up on Curtis, but she is at her wit's end. Carly's suspicions, Willow's unraveling, and Sidwell's aggression. July 21st to 25th. The week of July 21st through the 25th, Carly may turn around and grill Jocelyn after Anna is going to talk to her. So, and I wonder if Carly might have some questions for Brennan. Like, she may just think that Vaughn is monitoring Jocelyn for him. And again, I don't think there's any way that Carly is going to suspect that Brennan recruited her daughter as an agent. And I'm quite certain that Brennan is going to lie right to Carly's face and deny whatever Anna implied. Willow is hanging by a thread and it looks like it's going to snap. Drew has promised they'll punish Michael, but with the custody court date pushed back until October. Willow is frantic and she may do something absolutely crazy that Drew Kane can't stop. I mean, she was already messing with baby Daisy. Who knows what she'll do now? Drew again reiterates his promise to get the kids away from Michael for good. But I just don't know if Willow can wait that long. As I said, she's unraveling. Sidwell is not going to cave. He's not going to give Sonny what he wants. I think he's going to get aggressive with him. Mob war escalation, Alexis reality check, and Liesel's return. And obviously Marco is going to get loose of this mess he's in one way or another. And I think he is absolutely going to tell Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, "Look, Sonny had me kidnapped. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sure that he's involved with my mom's death. And you know that's only half true." I think that's going to be a reality check for Alexis that Sonny is back to being a big bad wolf. Not that he really ever stopped. And to Alexis, that means Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, may continue to be in danger. I think we're definitely going to have full-on mob war coming. And I wonder if Nina, Carly, Alexis and maybe even Ava Jerome, Maura West, are all going to corner Sonny and apply serious pressure to him. He's in that phase where he's not bracing for a storm. Emotional, explosive, and deeply personal. With Sasha's sudden disappearance, Portia's anger spiraling into a fierce reckoning, and Jocelyn's growing web of deception, it's a week that will leave fans gasping and characters broken in the aftermath. Sasha's shock exit. A goodbye no one saw coming. It starts quietly. Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, packing a bag in her apartment. No tears at first, no dramatic outburst. Just a haunting calm that screams louder than words. After months of rebuilding her life, surviving addiction, heartbreak, and betrayal, Sasha decides to do something no one in Port Charles expects. Leave. Her decision comes on the heels of a tense confrontation with Cody, Josh Kelly. While their friendship has been one of the few bright spots in her life, Cody's lies about the past and his inability to move on from his own guilt finally push Sasha to a breaking point. "I can't heal here," she whispers, voice trembling. "Every street corner reminds me of loss. Brando, Liam, deception, drugs. Even the air feels heavy with ghosts." Cody begs her to reconsider, but Sasha has already made up her mind. She leaves behind her job at deception, a resignation letter waiting on Lucy's desk, and vanishes into the night. Destination unknown. When Maxie and Brooke Lynn discover the letter the next morning, panic ensues. Maxie blames herself for leaning too hard on Sasha to save Deception's image after the Miracle Skin scandal, while Lucy, surprisingly subdued, mutters that some people just can't stay in the spotlight forever. But the shockwaves don't stop there, because Sasha's absence triggers chaos in every corner of Port Charles, and one woman's rage begins to boil over. Portia's fury explodes. Secrets and sabotage. At General Hospital, Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, is done playing nice. Her world has been spiraling, her marriage strained, her daughter Trina distant, and Curtis's recovery more complicated than ever. But what finally sets her off isn't domestic turmoil, it's professional betrayal. Word spreads that the hospital's board is considering reinstating Dr. Hamilton Finn after his latest misconduct hearing. Portia, who's been covering for overworked nurses and juggling ER chaos, explodes when she learns Finn could be given a second chance while her own initiatives for mental health outreach were sidelined. "Another man gets redemption while women do the real work," she snaps during a staff meeting, stunning Liz, Terry, and even Monica. But Portia's fury isn't just professional. It's personal. When she later discovers that Curtis has been keeping secrets with Jordan again, her trust crumbles. The two have been discussing an undisclosed PCPD medical file tied to a new investigation, one that might involve Selena Wu's operations. Portia corners Jordan in her office, demanding answers. "I'm done with half-truths," she warns. "If I find out you and my husband are working behind my back again, I'll make sure you both regret it." But Jordan doesn't back down, and drops a quiet bomb. "Be careful where you point your anger, Portia. Because what Curtis is protecting isn't about betrayal, it's about survival." Still, Portia's rage consumes her. By the week's end, she's threatening to resign from GH, her career hanging by a thread. And as she spirals, she unknowingly crosses paths with someone whose own deception is about to implode. Jocelyn's deception, the web she can't escape. Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, has always been fiery and bold, but lately, her choices are leading her down dangerous paths. Between supporting Dex in his off-the-books work and covering for secrets that could destroy multiple lives, Joss has started to lose sight of where truth ends and manipulation begins. Her latest lie? Pretending that Dex left town permanently. After his mysterious disappearance, orchestrated by Sonny's enemies to draw out Jason, Joss has been feeding everyone a carefully crafted story. Dex left to start fresh, somewhere far away. She deletes messages, fabricates receipts, and even asks Spinelli for digital favors to make the cover story airtight. Carly, though, isn't fooled. During an emotional mother-daughter confrontation at the Metro Court, Carly accuses Joss of hiding something big. "You're lying, Jocelyn," Carly says sharply. "You have his energy all over you. What are you protecting, or who?" Joss breaks briefly, insisting she's just trying to move on, and not end up like her mom, addicted to cleaning up after mobsters. But Carly sees through it. Later that night, Carly quietly contacts Jason, demanding to know what really happened to Dex. Meanwhile, Joss's deception begins unraveling from another angle. Trina. When Joss forgets one too many details about Dex's supposed new life, Trina starts to question everything. "Joss," Trina says softly, "if you're lying to me, I'll understand. But don't expect me to stand by and watch you self-destruct." The tension builds until Trina catches Joss at the docks, leaving a burner phone at the exact spot Dex used to meet his contacts. Trina's voice shakes as she realizes the truth. He's alive. And you're in this up to your neck. Intersecting fates. The aftermath looms. As Sasha vanishes, Portia rages, and Joss unravels, Port Charles begins to feel the ripple effects. Lucy and Brooke Lynn scramble to save Deception's reputation, but without Sasha as their face, investors start to pull out. Maxie turns to Chase for comfort, which only raises eyebrows, especially from Brooke Lynn, who suspects old feelings might resurface. Meanwhile, Portia's fury puts her on a collision course with Sonny. When she learns that the hospital may have treated a wounded enforcer without documentation, one connected to Dex's last sighting, she demands accountability. "If this hospital is being used as a cover for the mob, I'll expose it," she vows. Sonny, ever the strategist, warns her to tread carefully. "Some truths," he tells her quietly, "come with consequences you can't control." And then there's Sasha, far from Port Charles, staring out a bus window as the city fades behind her. But the look in her eyes isn't one of defeat, it's determination. There's a new chapter ahead, and something or someone from her past might soon bring her back. Rumors swirl that her exit isn't permanent, that she's following a lead tied to Brando's old business dealings, or perhaps uncovering something darker connected to Gladys's final schemes. Either way, Sasha's story isn't over. It's merely paused. Closing moments. Port Charles on edge. In the final scene of the week, Joss receives a cryptic message from an unknown number. "You think you buried the truth. You didn't. Meet me at the docks. Tonight." She looks up, terrified, because the message is signed, D. Portia, meanwhile, stands in her GH office, staring at her reflection, gripping a resignation letter. "No more lies," she murmurs, just as Curtis walks in with news that could destroy everything she believes.